Hello, everyone. I hope that you all are doing well. Doing well. This is the unofficial podcast. I come on here. Um, it's not like the one like the Blessings Ministry where I come on every Tuesday, every Thursday, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here. Check that out. I'm on all major platforms. But my main platform, everything streams from here, the Spreaker podcast platform, and then goes out to the others. But wherever you're listening at, welcome, welcome. But I just wanted to come in and just wanted to tell you about a dream. Oh, before I start telling you about the dream, I also want to say that right here on this show, I don't have a specific time to come on. It's just again, when the Lord um, leads me, or something that's put on my heart that's going on out here that I feel that I need to come in and I need to chime in. So I think I said all of that before, but just saying it again. And so I just welcome you all. So the dream I want to tell you about, it's I think that we can all learn from it. It's a couple of life lessons here, and I just wanted to put this out as words of encouragement. Now the title here that I made up is Navigating the Hustle and Bustle. A dream of walking down a crowded grocery store aisle. Again, navigating the hustle and bustle, semicolon, a dream of walking down a crowded grocery store aisle. And then I'm going to read the summary and then I'm going to explain the dream. Um, I'm going to get into more detail. But the summary here, excuse me, that I wrote, it says the dream involves walking down a busy and tight grocery store aisle filled with crowded shelves, people, and workers. I navigate through the cluttered aisles, being rushed, feeling overwhelmed, excuse me, anxious, and a bit frustrated by the hustle and bustle of the environment. I eventually turn the corner only to find a big box blocking the aisle that needs maneuvering to get around it. All right, needs maneuvering to get around it. Okay, now this is the dream. That is the summary. So I'm going to start telling you, going into more detail about the dream. The dream I just recently had, I was with a friend of mine, and a guy friend of mine, and we were shopping. We were in a grocery store, and I had the basket, and he was walking in behind me. And so we're going down this aisle, this grocery store aisle. Now, the aisle is kind of tight on the left and the right, has shelves and everything, a lot of stuff on the shelves. And there are about 3 to 4 workers in the aisle, and one being on the very end of the aisle, one being, I believe, he was a manager, appeared to be the workers, the manager. So this aisle is crowded with people and shoppers, and also people working um, with their backs turned toward the aisle, and they have boxes and things on the side of them, putting things on the shelves. And they're not very friendly looking. They're looking like they're rushed, and that they're annoyed that people are in the aisle, and they're looking kind of back at people as they're talking and they're trying to shop, and the people, the workers there, are trying to put some things on the shelves. um, they're on the right side of the aisle, and most of the people are in the, they're in the middle of the aisle and things like that, but all of the workers are on the right side of the aisle. And as I get to walking, a little slow, looking at things and everything. Um i what kind of aisle was that? I think it was an aisle, where I could had things of the tacos and the salsa and things like that. So I was looking, and wanting to get something maybe off the shelf, before I approached one of the workers, just kind of walking a little bit slow. I'm kind of pacing, but um, my friend in the back of me gets kind of anxious and is kind of wanting to rush me to go through the aisle, and he's a bit frustrated because the aisle is crowded and packed and I'm going down this aisle. So I kind of stop a bit, and he says something like, keep going or just keep going. And so I didn't really stop. I said, well, I'm just going to keep on going, pick up the pace a bit. I feel the vibe in the aisle is not, it's not very comfortable. And one of the workers, he kind of like looks over his shoulder a little bit, kind of gives me a little glance and back to work. And they were really working. And so it wasn't that friendly. It's kind of feeling like I say, it's just tight, a little rushed, and people are there. But I think had I have been there by myself, my friend is kind of anxious. Had I have been there by myself, I probably would have been. I know I would have been a little bit more relaxed, and I still would have looked on the shelves and took my time as I navigated through, the crowd. But going down this aisle, and didn't know it was like that. As the dream started, I was already in the aisle. So um going down the aisle, little picked up the pace a little bit, and navigating through the people and things and whatever. So now I end up at the end of the aisle. And I just said, forget it. I'm not gonna look for anything or anything. I'm just gonna keep on going. So now that I'm at the end of this aisle, the manager, I believe it was the manager, I'm about to make a right to leave the aisle. Didn't know if I should make a left or a right, but I decided that I'm just gonna make this right. And so the manager looks back at me and he says, um, "Are you ready?" And he said it very nice and everything. He said, "Are you ready?" And so I said back to him, very nice, and it's about the same tone that, he asked me. And I asked him, I said, "Ready for what?" And he said, "The facts of life." And as he said the facts of life, and I'm turning to go out of the aisle the right way to the right, there is a big, huge box as bigger than the basket, and it's blocking the way of the aisle. And so I could see where I could get past a little. It's blocking so much of the right way of the aisle, and it's very little space to get through on the left. But I could see where I would have to maneuver the box or get from behind the basket and maybe try to push the box a little, or push the box, make a plan, or push the box a little with the front of the basket, and look out for someone that would be coming out of the next aisle or whatever. But it wasn't going to be a clear way to just make that right and keep going. And so as I turned and I saw that, I said, I said, I should have stayed where I was at. Now, after that, that was the whole dream. I woke up. Now, when I woke up, I said, what really did that dream mean? What did it mean? You know, and I thought about it. I prayed to God about it. and talked to my girlfriend about it and everything. And the conclusions that I came up with, I think that, it's life lessons, and I think that this dream can help us all out. Going through that crowded aisle was not as bad as I thought it was, not as bad as when I turned that corner and it's basically that roadblock was there. So, one life lesson that I learned from that was when you're going through tight situations, maybe in your life, and you think that, wow, you know, this is really not good. You know, there's some things going on. Sometimes you got to stop and smell the roses. Now, like I said, had I have been by myself, when I was in the aisle and I saw how crowded and everything, the only reason why I felt a little frustrated and things like that and so forth, because I had a good attitude, is because, I wanted to keep peace. My friend gets a little anxious, so I just wanted to really bring comfort to him. And then I saw the workers, they were anxious and things like that. Don't know why they would, were probably working on a midnight shift or whatever. I don't know, but maybe that's the shift that they have to do, what they had to do. And so, trying to make everybody else feel comfortable, trying to let my spirit just kind of flow, because my friend is anxious, the workers are busy bees, and they're a bit anxious and a little upset that the people are in the aisle shopping and things like that. And so, um, despite all of that, sometimes look at the good in a situation. And in that dream, if I wanted to pick up those tacos or things or that, I should have stopped a bit. The aisle's crowded anyway up above, and just stop and still look at the things that I may have wanted while I was still just pacing and not trying to rush. So just take some time, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing in your life, or you're at work and you're like it's overwhelming, or if you're in an office and you're thinking I got to get this paperwork out, or I got this meeting, or whatever it may be, or if you're in housekeeping, I got to hurry up and do this room or do this or do that, and time is wasting and lunchtime is coming and all that. Sometimes just take a step back and look where you're at and appreciate it, be calm about it and enjoy. Look at the good in the moment that you're in, no matter how rushed the people may be and everything. Just take some time and still appreciate those moments, because when you think about it, things could be a lot worse. So that's what I got out of that. And then turning that corner when the man said, "Are you ready and ready for the facts of life?" I looked up what really is the meaning of the facts of life. And the meaning that I got out of looking up that definition or that meaning was that there are some things that are going to happen that are unavoidable. You're going to have to go through them, you're going to have to deal with them. And so that was the meaning of the facts of life. And so there's a TV show called The Facts of Life too. Um, I don't think it comes on anymore, but that's what that meant. There's going to be things that are going to come up that are going to be unavoidable, but you got to go through it. You got to go through with it. You have to deal with it some kind of way. So when he asked me, was I ready? And I asked him, ready for what? He said, the facts of life. So as I turned that corner, to me, that meant, okay, you left something, appreciate where you left, even though It was a little tight, it was a little this. Don't let anybody rush you or anything. Take time to enjoy things no matter what, because things could be much worse, and there's also some good somewhere in that situation, um, that you can always appreciate. And so much worse was me turning that corner and that big roadblock. And then I said I should have stayed where I was at, meaning, you know, I had to get to that, but basically I should have enjoyed the journey that I was on and appreciated that journey. No matter if I felt rushed or being rushed or people were overwhelmed or whatever, still should have enjoyed that journey. And so that roadblock there, another life lesson is that you may um, go through some challenges. There may be some challenges in your life. There may be some roadblocks, but that little leadway that I saw, there's always a way to get around it. There's always a way to go through, because don't just say, well, I can't do it. I can't. I'm not going to be able to go through it, because that little leadway was tight, and I just couldn't take the basket and just go straight through. I was going to have to do some work and some maneuvering. So there may be roadblocks in your life, but with persistence and staying positive and a little bit of maneuvers, you can get over those humps. You can make it through. So, those are the things that I took from that dream. And you may not be exactly where you want to be, but you're going. Basically, enjoy your journey. Wherever you're at in life, enjoy your journey. Never feel rushed. Never let anyone rush you. Look at the good in the journey that you're going through, because there's going to be things that are not good, but appreciate the good. Don't focus on all of the negatives. Look at the good, and you're going to pursue. And when you get that roadblock, don't give up. It may kind of hinder you a bit. It may be a bit of a deterrent, but don't give up. You're going to make it through to that other side. No matter how big that barrier is, there's a way to get around it, get over it, or make it through to the other side. So don't never give up. Never, do not ever give up. So I thought that I would bring that to you. And the Lord shows me a lot of things. Shows me a lot of things. And like I say, when things come to me and I feel it important to bring it out, and it's gonna help someone else, then that's what I do. So I hope that you got something out of this, and check out my other podcast, The Blessings Ministry, again every Tuesday and every Thursday. Um, you're welcome. I should put it in the description. I will. You're welcome to go on to my blogger. Yes, I still have a blogger website from years ago. Go to my blogger website and get your name on the email list, and that way we'll stay connected. Put your name and email in there. You're going to go to the top right. There are going to be three lines at the top. You're going to click on that line, and there'll be a drop down. You put your name and email. You can say hi or whatever it is, any questions, comments, concerns, or whatever it is that you need. And put it down in there in the little description box and things, and we'll stay connected. I only email you if there's I don't know, maybe something that I want to get out to you or something, or a little contest or something that may be um, working on. And that's the only time you will receive an email from me. So I hope you got something out of that dream. Whatever you're going through, don't give up. And wherever you're at, if the situation is tight or things you're feeling rushed, you're feeling overwhelmed, just take a step back. Everything's not going to be roses, everything's not going to be good, but just take a step back and just stop to smell the roses, even though you don't see, say, well, I don't see any roses, I don't see any good thing about this or whatever, or my job or my situation or whatever. But there's always good somewhere, because things could be a little bit worse. And how you do and navigate that way when you hit those roadblocks and things, um, you'll be able to navigate that much better. Um, and you'll appreciate where you come from, and you'll know that things weren't so bad after all. But you're going to make it through. So stay persistent and stay positive. So thank you all for listening, and I'll be back right here on this podcast whenever the Lord puts something on my heart to come back and say. But I'm on, like I say, every Tuesday, every Thursday, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the other podcast show. So take care and stay connected. Get your name again. I'll put the link to go on the blog, and there's some articles on that blog too. Feel free to read them as well. So take care, and I'll talk to you on this podcast. Um, can't give you a definite date, but whenever the Lord puts something on my heart. All right, take care. All right, go in peace.